Hello, welcome to day 7 of Ease into the New Year. We focus on opening the hips today. I'm so glad you've joined me on the mat, and we begin lying down on our bellies. So first, making our way down onto the mat, finding length in the spine, just starting to bring our awareness to our breath, noticing what that feels like in the body as we just breathe. Take one more breath here. And on your next inhale, lift the head, reach the left arm back for the left ankle and pull it into the hips. Working through the quadriceps. Still active in the right leg. One more big breath here. Exhale, pull it in a little closer. And then gently roll onto your other leg, taking the left knee into the chest and then extending the leg if that feels okay. Pulling the leg into the chest, opening up through the groins, remembering to breathe. Exhale, gently release, coming back onto the belly to switch sides. Reaching the right arm back for the ankle. Noticing what this feels like in the body as we begin to tune out mental distractions. And we can slowly make our way onto the other leg as we extend the right high up to the sky. We can always keep a slight bend in the knee if we're not as open today. No judgments, just enjoying the journey, wherever that may be, whatever that may look like. One more breath. And then on your next exhale, we can gently release the leg, turning back onto the belly and coming into Sphinx pose. Elbows underneath the shoulders. We press through the mat to lift the chest. Big inhale. Shine the heart forward. And gently bring the chest closer to the mat as we take the left leg out to the side for half frog pose. Making sure to take our time to find what's comfortable here for your body. We usually want the knee in line with the hip and the foot in line with the knee. But we can always extend the foot out a little bit more as we send the pelvis down into the mat. Opening up one side of the body, taking our attention there, our awareness. Gently straightening the leg behind you and taking the right out. Moving carefully and slowly. Releasing tension with every exhale. Breathing nice and even. Beautiful. On your next inhale, gently lift the chest. Take that leg back behind you. Extend the right arm long as we kick that left leg over and come onto the shoulder. We can stay here, or we can challenge our balance a little by reaching for the knee, maybe extending the leg, choosing whatever variation feels comfortable to you. Staying here for one more breath before gently releasing and taking the other side. Kicking that leg over, using the foot and the hand to open up through the shoulder just a little bit more. See how much space we can create in our body today. Breathing nice and even. And on your next exhale, gently release and uncross. Hands come underneath the shoulders to press up onto the knees as we send the hips back, wide child's pose. Melting the heart down, maybe steepling the fingertips to open up through the side body and the shoulders. Exhale, plant the palms and press up, taking the knees underneath the hips to begin little hip circles. So we start slow and small and work your way bigger. Maybe walking the hands out about an inch or two in front to create more space for the hips to sway and move. Listening to your body and where it wants to go, in what direction, how big. Beautiful. And whenever we feel nice and balanced out, we can meet back in tabletop. Preparing for a gate pose flow, turn to the long edge of the mat, extend the right leg out. Inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, side bend, left hand comes up. Windmill the arms around, plant the left hand and reach with the right. Connecting to your core, lift back up, extending the left overhead again, maybe going a little bit further this time. Once again, windmilling around, this time picking up that right leg and reaching for the ankle. We can take this as a hip opener or a quadricep stretch by moving the foot closer or further away. Exhale, gently release, come up onto the knees and switch sides, extending the left leg long. Our heel is in line with our knee, and we exhale, side bend. Windmilling around, reach up. Moving with the breath here. And making our way into our quadricep stretch or hip opener. Yogi's choice, whatever is calling to you. One more big breath. And then exhale, gently release, turning to face the front of the mat, making our way into downward facing dog. Sending the hips up, bending the knees, pedaling out through the feet, reaching the crown of the head down. Ground through the left foot, and inhale, raise the right leg behind, three-legged dog. Exhale, bend the knee, open to the side, stacking the hips. Create space, squeeze the glutes. One more breath. Exhale, three-legged dog. Bend the knee and tap the knee to the left elbow, back. And to the right elbow, back. Each elbow one more time, crossing under the chest, and then the same side. This time taking the knee in through the chest and releasing to low lunge. Inhale, hands come up high. Exhale, grab the left wrist and take the hands over to the right, getting a nice side body stretch. Beautiful. Keep breathing. Release to the center and sweep the arms and hips back for half splits. Finding length in the spine and then folding over the legs. One more breath. Beautiful. On your next exhale, we can gently plant the fingertips on the mat to tuck that right knee underneath the legs and extend the left long, flexing the foot, reaching for it. We're here for a few breaths, so release tension and open up. Use your breath to help you. Gently coming back up and into pigeon pose. On the left side, tucking that left leg underneath, extending the right behind. Inhale, lifting the chest. Big breath in, and exhale, come down onto the elbows or onto the forehead, whatever is accessible to you in this moment. Wherever you can fully release. Sending the pelvis down into the mat as we relax the hips and the shoulders, finding comfort in our body and relaxing the mind. On your next inhale, you can gently lift the chest and reach that right arm back for the ankle. We can stay here, or we can make our way into mermaid pose or king pigeon. We can also take this little twist variation by grabbing the foot with the other hand and extending the arm underneath the shoulder. Many ways to play in this big hip opener. One more breath. And wherever you are, gently release and make your way into downward facing dog. Raising the left leg high, then bending the knee and sending that foot to the other side of the room. Stacking the hips, nice and strong grip in the fingers. Maybe peeking under that shoulder. Exhale, three-legged dog. Bend the knee, come in to tap the right elbow, and then the left. And one more each side, connecting to the core. Squeeze those abdominals. And then bringing that knee in, planting it in between the hands to release into our low lunge. Grabbing hold of the right wrist to take our side bend to the left. Letting our gaze fall where it naturally goes. And exhale to come back to center and send the hips back. Inhale, reach through the crown of the head, and exhale, fold over that leg. Taking one more big round of breath here, wake up those hamstrings. And then gently release and come into our revolved head to knee pose. Moving carefully. And then reaching for that foot, finding what feels good here. A static stretch, or maybe some movement. Some arm circles. Listening to your body and making this practice your own. Then coming up, windmilling around to come into pigeon pose. Settling in here, finding your spot. And then gently exhale, release down into our sleeping pigeon. Sending our awareness to the hips. Opening up, releasing any stuck, pent energy. Releasing what no longer is serving us anymore. And making room for new. Creating space as we let go. Stay here for another few breaths. before gently lifting up and reaching back for the left ankle, taking whatever variation we took on the other side, balancing ourselves out. Breathing deeply. Enjoying this time on the mat, in your body, with yourself. One more big inhale and exhale to gently release, making our way into downward facing dog, where we pick up the right foot and cross it behind the left, coming onto the knees first and then the sit bones, making our way into cow face pose. Making sure to adjust our feet so we feel comfortable here. Then inhale, reach the arms out, and exhale, scoop the right under the left, trying to meet palms together as we sink down into the hips, opening up through the upper back. Beautiful. Exhale, release and unravel the arms, taking the fingertips to the mat, where we send the hips down and focus on leaning the chest forward, opening up through the glutes. Deep breath. And then gently press through the hands to lift up and turn to face the back of the mat, coming into a wide forward fold. We stay here for only a breath or two in this transition pose. Send the hips up and gently twist to come into cow face pose on the other side. Your right leg should now be on top. Make your way into your comfy seat and then find your eagle arms. Opposite as last time. Rooting down through the sit bones, feeling very grounded in this posture as we lean forward, keeping a nice straight back. Opening up the glutes. Release the hands, take the fingertips to the mat to go a little bit deeper. Inhale, lift back up, taking the hands behind the hips to unravel the legs and find some wide windshield wipers. As we begin to close out our practice today, we just even everything out. Little small twists. And then finding bound angle, pressing the soles of the feet together, lifting the chest nice and high. Maybe closing the eyes here for a moment and going within. And this is where I leave you today, so we can stay here as long as necessary. Thank you for joining me today. Namaste.